If you're looking for a thin, lightweight, and premium Windows laptop, both the Surface Laptop 3 and XPS 13 2-in-1 are great choices. We have full detailed reviews of both of these laptops which you can check out on our channel, but in this video we're going to compare both of these to see which one is the better buy at multiple price points. They both start at $999, packing Intel's latest and greatest 10nm Ice Lake processors. The Surface definitely has a more simplistic and clean design if you get the $1,300 model, which is full aluminum, whereas the XPS uses a carbon fiber material which isn't as premium, but it is more comfy to type on, just like the Alcantara on some of the Surface configurations. The XPS comes with a fingerprint scanner that doubles as a power button, but the Surface Laptop 3 actually comes with an infrared facial scanning that actually scans your face and automatically logs you in as soon as you open up your laptop. I would honestly have this over any kind of fingerprint sensor because it's so much more convenient. The Surface Laptop 3's display comes with a 3:2 aspect ratio, which has a lot of extra vertical space for browsing the web, compared to the XPS's 16:10 ratio, which is a bit wider, but that's actually a great middle ground between 3:2 and 16:9 because it also allows the laptop itself to be smaller. Probably the best thing about the XPS's display is the super thin bezels, being so much slimmer than the ones on the Surface Laptop 3. Another issue with the Surface is that the display is really reflective, and even though the display gets pretty bright, it doesn't get bright enough to counteract the reflectivity, while the XPS's display is less reflective and it gets even brighter. This spec of the XPS actually comes with a 4K display, but the regular 1200p display gets just as bright with the same low reflectivity. Both of these pack touchscreen displays, but the XPS's hinge can bend all the way back and go into tablet mode, which gives you a much more convenient touchscreen experience if that's what you're into. My biggest gripe about the XPS's hinge is that it gets really stiff before the display reaches a viewable angle, which is really annoying compared to a very well made hinge on the Surface. In terms of keyboards, the Surface has more key travel, but it lacks feedback, whereas the keys on the XPS have a really good balance between key travel and the nice springy feel that kind of pushes back at you, which makes it more satisfying to type on. I also love how the XPS's keyboard goes edge to edge, while the Surface has quite a bit of wasted space on the sides. Now for the trackpads, both are quite good, but the Surface actually has a little bit more of a satisfying feel. Getting into speaker quality, the Surface Laptop 3 blows the XPS's speakers out of the water. Now for the ports, the Surface keeps it old school with a USB Type-A port, a USB-C port, and a MagSafe style charging connector that quickly disconnects if anybody trips over the cable. The XPS on the other hand comes with a Thunderbolt 3 port on each side and a mini SD card slot. The beauty of Thunderbolt 3 is that you have a lot of extra bandwidth for connecting things like high-speed SSDs, top-of-the-line accessories, multiple 4K displays, and even external graphics cards. Now let's compare performance, specs, and value at 3 different price points. For $999, the Surface Laptop 3 is a surprisingly good value, getting 8GB of RAM, an i5 processor with G7 graphics, and just 128GB of RAM, but more on that in just a bit. The XPS only gets 4GB of RAM, an i3 processor with G1 graphics, but it does get 256GB of storage. Comparing processor performance, the Surface definitely wins here, especially getting a huge boost in multi-core score, and the difference in graphics performance is massive as well. Not only is the Surface a much better performer at this price point, it also comes with the same good quality display as the top-end spec, whereas the lower priced Dells come with a 1200p display, which kind of seals the deal for the Surface. Now at the $1,300 price point, the Surface gets full aluminum and 256GB of storage, whereas the XPS gets 8GB of RAM and an i5 processor, but the same slow graphics, so the Surface Pro is still a better buy if you don't need Thunderbolt 3. Now every other option above $1,300 comes with the same i7 processor and graphics, so the Surface loses its performance advantage, and the lack of Thunderbolt 3 and the more reflective display really starts to stand out. The higher end Dells can come with 4K displays which are sharper, more color accurate, and less reflective at a trade-off in battery life, which the Surface Laptop 3 comes in right in between, around 8 hours of real-world use. You can even get 32GB of RAM on the XPS, which most people don't need, but if you plan to connect an eGPU for video editing or run other programs that can utilize this RAM, such as Lightroom Classic, this extra RAM can really help quite a bit. The Surface does have a trick up its sleeve, which is the SSD that isn't a standard design, and although it's not easy to access, it can actually be swapped out in the future, which is really nice, especially if you buy the base model. At the lower price points, if you don't need Thunderbolt 3, I would definitely buy the Surface because of its minimalistic but premium design, great performance, instant Windows Hello facial recognition, and the excellent hinge, and also the much louder speakers. But if you're looking at the high-end configs, we would suggest the XPS because it does offer a better display, potentially more RAM, and Thunderbolt 3. No matter which laptop you prefer, we will have links to the best deals on both of them down in the description below. If you enjoyed this comparison, tap like and click that circle above to subscribe for more videos, and you guys can see the full reviews of both of these laptops right over there. This has been Max with Max Tech, and I will see you in the next video.